What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. This time we are doing things a little bit different. We are going completely solo, I could say. We are going to I am testing right now the new feature, not a new feature, but I am messing around with internet and stuff like that and trying to build me a very mobilized rig for if I am on the go, but if I want to do a stream from a temporary studio or whatever, those whole fun 9 yards. So we're gonna test this out and see how this goes. And we'll see what I can do. We are going to be reacting to there's two songs I want to react to by Tom McDonald. And one of them are really lit, but I want to let everyone tune in. This ain't just about reaction and stuff like that. This is 9 yards. So we're gonna test this out and see how this goes. And we'll see what I for the most part I have no latency issue. Let me make sure we're using hotspot.
Bluetooth manufacturer. Pockets manufacturer. 100 Wi-Fi. Personal hotspot manufacturer.
Yep, we are using personal hotspot.
Safari. YouTube window.
All right. So, give me a sec to pull this up. And of course, it's gonna. The heck? No, not that. Of course, this thing messed up on me. That's cute. All right. There we go.
Translation available. Complimentary. YouTube video player. 90% loaded. Pause. Main. YouTube video player. Group. 0 minute 1 seconds of 3 minutes 6 seconds. See slider. 1.
All right. Voiceover.
0 minute 1 seconds of 3 minutes 6 seconds. Speech unmuted. Speech muted. 0 minute 0 seconds of 3 minutes 6 seconds. Speech muted.
Thank you. All right. So I have to mute speech because I ain't dealing with that. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't break, like the internet doesn't break at all, and hopefully it shouldn't. Mute speech because I ain't dealing with that. I'm gonna make. All right, so
here's the problem with America. The country is broken because they minds stay closed, but they.
All right, making sure my audio levels are great here in the studio because we're using the JBL as my sound bar.
Here's the problem with America. The country is broken because they minds stay closed, but they.
All right, making sure my audio. That's actually pretty well holding considering the latency that I'm dealing with. So.
Speech unmuted. System has new window. Send anywhere. And refresh. Windy. Speed test. Safari. Applet go button. Starting ping test.
This is the internet I'm dealing with.
And result 116 milliseconds. Testing download.
But I'm speed testing all the way over into Cali.
Atlantic, Los Angeles, Cloudflare, Los Angeles, C8. You are currently on the text. Atlantic Metro. Testing download.
So as y'all can see, I'm testing all the way over to California. So
download result 4.
Internet I deal with. It's visible. Mobile. So if you want to look into like a secondary phone line and having unlimited hotspot data.
3.28 megabits per second. Test complete.
And when I have priority of data, hi Taylor, I can get 100 megabits plus sometimes. I've seen it at 100 megabits down. But anyways, we're not here to talk about internet. That's a tech conversation.
Safari. 1:32.
Shush.
Speech unmuted. Speech muted.
Thank you.
Play. 0 minute 1 seconds of 3 minutes 6 seconds.
The problem with America. The country is broken because they minds stay closed, but they.
Speech muted.
Get attacked and we blame terrorists for broken. We blame the price. Blame racists for the racism, but only if the skin is white. If we don't need guns because we can call the police. We don't need fire extinguishers. Call a fireman, please.
Oh damn. See, he's already starting out really good, and I fucked it up with voiceover. Jesus. There.
Here's the problem with America. The country is broken because they minds stay closed, but they mouths stay open. Get attacked and we blame terrorists. Go broken. We blame the price. Blame racists for the racism, but only if the skin is white. If we.
Damn. Right out the bat. I mean, I agree with him. This is true, and this song is one of the things that I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks this stuff.
18, 19, Taylor, you were cutting for a bit. You're stabilized now, though.
Yeah, it will cut when it's caching things or when I did that speed test.
guns because we can call the police. We don't need fire extinguishers. Call a fireman, please. You didn't want to build a wall and now the border is weak. Your favorite actor has a gate that's like 15 feet.
Ouch! That's tough. Your favorite actor has a gate that's like 15 feet, but you have a problem with Trump building the wall. Woo! Spitting bars over here. God damn. This shit's fuck. But he is right. 32. I've seen it at 100 megabits down. And when I have Let me see. Cali.
Atlantic, Los Angeles, Cloudflare, Los Angeles, C8. You are currently on Atlantic Metro. Testing download.
So as y'all can see, I'm testing all the way over to California, so.
Download result.
Oh God, yeah. When I did that upload test, it shattered it. Yeah, I can see, Taylor. Thanks for the diagnostic. Thank you for pointing that out.
Racism is gay. If you're offended, that's retarded. And tolerance is great until you speak and you're a target. If a white man paints his face black, he's a racist piece of garbage. But you put him in a dress and he's courageous and he's gorgeous. All these.
Ooh, that's the problem with Western world civilization. Ouch. Oh, I'm ashamed to be an American some days.
Man, I'm tired of the noise. Freedom's an illusion if they censor your voice. Call a dad a deadbeat for neglecting his boys, but a mom kills a baby and you call it pro-choice.
Oh, God damn. Oh, yeah. That is the problem in America, where they do that and then an abortion is pro-choice. Yeah. Double standards. I'm tired of them. Very double standards.
You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special to a new world?
Yeah, Americans. Who told you that you're so special to a new world order? Because last I checked, Americans ain't special to anything. I'm saying this for myself. Because like we all have this problem, and it's not just the United States that has the problem. Canada has it. I don't hear much coming out of Mexico or Cuba about transgender this or other genders and other mishaps. It's only in America that I'm hearing this problem.
Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose. Here's your medal to a new world order. Why they hate the flag? They try to burn it to the ground. Don't do that in front of me. I'ma let off a round. Pow.
Ouch. Yeah, I have a problem with the burning of the flag. I mean, this country, okay, America has its problems, and so does every country. Canada, Mexico, Venezuela, the Philippines, any country you could think of, China. They're all going to have their problems. They're all going to have their mishaps. They're all going to have their failures. But I was born and raised in this country called the United States, and I will defend its flag. But I'm not going to defend the society that wants to be the stupid fucks and do the stupid shit that they do.
Now, burn the city down now. Put it on the news, make them all feel proud. Look, make a system where 85% of black people fill the prison. Is it because they black or they make bad decisions? I ain't good at math, but it seems like it's division. Or is it?
Is it division? I really was thinking about this a little while ago, like over the last few months, about how a lot of black people end up in prisons and stuff like that, and cops are arresting more people of color. And I'm like, now that this song comes out, you really think about it. Is it that they get in trouble with the law, or is it their color? Or is it division? If you asked me, looking at this from a level-headed thought, it's division. It looks like division. Divided we fall, united we stand. They want you to be divided.
Privilege. I believe politicians need to be locked up. Try to take our freedoms, that's how you get shot up. Got our back against the wall, try to just...
Ouch. Okay, if you want to take this song out of context and run with it, is that... Well, if you're a liberal, you could really take that song and run it against the whole JFK ordeal. ow, that do. But I do agree. I mean, if politicians are elected to serve the people and they don't serve the people, well, they should have dire consequences. I do agree with that. This is Adam Calhoun right now speaking.
More guns, more ammunition, please stock up. Election gets rigged, rights get infringed. Take this syringe, frighten your kids, show up right where you live. Make me wanna grab a rifle and just go. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose, here's your medal. To a new world order. And everyone.
If you got to sit down and really look at this song and really dive through it, because it makes you really think about the whole thing involving the New World Order, but then at the same time you got to sit there and you think about all the other shit, the other stuff that's going on, and it's one of them things where you're like, I didn't think about it that way, or I did think about it that way, but
White folks for every little bitty thing. We don't have no one to blame, we take responsibility. They tell you be a man, then call it toxic masculinity. Then when you act too feminine, they call it white fragility. I don't understand.
This society is fucked. That's all I gotta say. And most white people take responsibility for all the problems. He is correct about that too. I've noticed that most white people do.
Man with humility, I'm just trying to raise my kid the best of my ability. If I disagree, you try to cancel, get rid of me. You cancel, you can't be the answer. You killing me. And I hate whites.
That's another thing I hate about cancel culture is you can't. I hate when it cancels certain people that don't 100% deserve to be canceled. Now, the whole Whoopi Goldberg ordeal, which I'm not going to get into that in this broadcast because I think that's just a whole shitstorm in its own category. But it's a bunch of bullshit. But apparently, her real name, got revealed too, and I think I think she might not be there anymore on The View, which, hey, serves the View's purpose, but like I said, I'm not going to go into it and all that because that's a shitstorm I don't want to go into.
See just as much as you, but I ain't feeling guilty for something I didn't do. The system's killing everyone, it sucks, but it's true. They kill you, then they broadcast it, call it the news. Or they'll brainwash you through social media feeds. And if you disagree, delete you immediately. Make America China pretty easy to see.
Ouch, make America China. Me and Justin were talking about this literally last week about America becoming China, how Chinese are coming over here, but most of them come over here for the freedom and hi, dog. Shut up. Shut up. But they come over here for, oh my good Lord. I guess my dog wants to say her opinion in this. Dog's not used to the JBL running, that's why.
Remember the land of the free. You act like you're...
Yes, I will remember the land of the free and the home of the brave. Unfortunately, it's very cowardly, very shut up. Goddamn dog. She's still talking. Good grief. Oh, hi, heater. Damn you, dog. We're talking about this literally last week about America becoming China, how Chinese are coming over here, but most of them come over here for the... Yeah, as I was saying about Chinese, when the dog rudely interrupted me, Chinese are, are coming over here to get away from that social score bullshit and all that fun shit over there. And now you see politicians and a few other people in big tech are turning America into China, into Chinese, by censoring what people believe in. My opinion may be different from Taylor's. My opinion may be different from someone else. But if we can come to a balance and an agreement, that's coming to a solution to the problem at hand. But some people in this society, and of course, society is society. What makes the world go around is certain people are not going to agree with other people, and that's completely understandable. Hi, dog. Shut up. Shut up. But they come over here.
Much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose. Here's your medal. To a new world order.
And that is Tom McDonald's song New World Order. He's fighting. He's going off because after that he has another song. Hey Thomas, haven't seen you in a while.
YouTube 1831 LS Studios. That's true. People are drama invested, and even if you do agree, they lie to people and say the opposite behind their backs.
Oh, and not just that. I mean, today's society is just fucked. I mean, you look at it,
Voiceover off.
bunch of douchebags. So now I have another song that I want to react to, but I also want to get into about Canada and the whole trucking thing that was going down. Now, this is a podcast clip. I did share this to Nikita, but I'm pulling it up now. I want to talk about Mr. Justin Trudeau. And, you know, the videos that I feature in my channel and stuff like that, hopefully, you know, it should automatically show up in the description. If it doesn't, then oops, I airdropped it to the wrong device.
Trudeau.
All right, so this is a news podcast. I haven't really checked them out. It popped up in my newsfeed this morning earlier today about Justin Trudeau.
Did you know that the average adult has 5 to 20 pounds of toxic poop in their body?
I don't care.
YouTube video player. Group complimentary. Main. UMT shop now button. Add 1 of 2. 3. 16. Why does that? UMTU.com. See ads button.
Thank you.
Speech muted.
Trudeau flees as trucker convoys enters Ottawa. As thousands of protesters enter Ottawa, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his family were moved from.
Okay, I could get Justin Trudeau. I'm going to start out here before I go and really kind of rant. But I could get Justin Trudeau moving his family to a secure location for their safety. I could get that. But Justin, you were elected and you were elected for the people, but to coward around and walk away and run away when you created a problem which caused your trucking industry to get pissed off at you, you need to be a man with a pair of balls. Really, you need to be a man. But unfortunately, you're the fucking dumbass pussy that will go and run around and pretend like you have COVID, and at the same time, you admit publicly last year that you sit down and you urinate, which we all didn't need to know that. That's the first thing. Second thing is, man, face your battles. If you're going to be a dictator and a communist dictator at that, with vaccine mandates, vaccine passports and stuff like that, then don't be a coward about it.
To an undisclosed location somewhere in the city on Saturday afternoon due to security concerns. A freedom convoy of some 2,700 truckers entered the Canadian capital of Ottawa Saturday to protest Trudeau's
security concerns.
Security concerns. This is a
due to security concerns. You wouldn't have moved your family to another place within the city.
PM. So COVID-19 policies, according to the Independent, around 100 big rigs blockaded a main street running past the Canadian Parliament building. So that's going on.
It was a peaceful protest too, which I support peaceful protests.
Just tested positive for COVID. Now it's coming into U.S. They froze the GoFundMe account, which
I support peaceful protests. And this is why, and some people might be like, "Oh, Austin, you bitch about Canadians getting into U.S. politics." Well, here's the reason why I'm because they're on our northern border. What happens in Canada most of the time does spill down into the United States.
Positive for COVID. Now it's coming into U.S. They froze the GoFundMe account, which raised over $10 million and nearly 140,000 people that donated.
And GoFundMe is now being reported that they're actually taking that money away from there and supporting other causes, which last I checked, you're going to end up in hot water, GoFundMe.
And now American truckers are kind of getting involved and saying, listen, we're kind of
Facebook
Yeah.
kicked them off yesterday.
Facebook kicked them off in that one group.
137,000 subscribers to that group. They kicked them off. Yeah, you wait till you.
Facebook is a censoring shithole. It's going to be. So can YouTube. YouTube can become that way. And I'm trying not to be censored. I'm pretty sure they killed my ratings for this talk show, which I don't fucking care anymore. This talk show is whatever. The tech YouTube channel is a whole different story. That's not politic based.
Election this year, you're going to see plenty of that. That's for sure.
how bad do you think the consequences are going to be? And like you really think, some people, I talk to some people like who are professionals in my community are like, what are you talking about, truckers? I haven't seen anything on the news. I'm like,
You're not going to. The news is they don't want to cover it.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything on the news. You don't know what's going on with truckers? No, I read Wall Street Journal and New York Times. I know nothing about what's going on.
Wall Street Journal and New York Times, please. Want to check out something? Check out Blaze TV, another YouTube channel. You Are Here. They cover a lot of that trucker stuff.
Canadian truckers. So they don't watch, obviously, Fox, and maybe they don't watch podcasts, right?
But isn't that the same thing with the John?
Or check out a conservative podcast. Pretty good
Will
conservative podcast.
1836. King Sailors. Hi, Scary, Austin. Voiceover off.
Scary Austin. What's up, Kimani? I'm not scary. I don't know why you think I'm scary. I'm just reacting to some stuff. It's in the 40s right now in Florida, and I'm testing things and seeing how my stuff can run if somehow I lost internet somehow, some reason.
Yeah, same exact thing.
Exactly. It's like, how did you not
But
see
here's
it?
the point.
How would I?
Yeah, so he says, you really think these truckers are going to have any kind of an influence on anything? It's truckers. You think
They go on strike, they're going to have an influence because you're not going to have goods going anywhere across your country, and you're going to have famines, and you're going to have other problems that pursue.
have any influence?
Trucker-
The way he said it, he said
Yeah,
it
yeah,
like
Kind of
truckers.
looking down
Yeah,
on them
that's
because
it.
they can't express it with intellectual
Well,
thought.
the
versus like
leader,
Jordan
the
was talking
leader of
about.
the Socialist Party in Canada, so hypothetically on the side of the working class, the people who are most opposed to the truckers in Canada are the people who vote NDP, the socialists. About 20% of the population stably in Canada. And now and then we have a socialist provincial government. And they've done some good, I don't want to get into that. But like I said, there are people on that side of the equation who, for example, were fostered in the labor movement, and they had things to say. The working class needs to have their say. But the vast majority of people who vote NDP in Canada are opposed to the truckers. It's like, I thought you guys were on the side of the working class. It's like, what's happened? Well, not them. It's like, hey, man, welcome to the working class, those truckers. Well, they're all white supremacists and racists. It's like, really, in Canada, are they now?
We always default to white supremacy or racism. I've noticed that. That is a really bad problem to default to that. That is not a good thing to do.
White supremacists, really? Or Nazis in Canada? There aren't any of them. There was some dimwit was waving a Confederate flag at the rally. And the truckers, he was masked. The truckers stripped him of his mask and chased him away. But all the mainstream press reported Confederate flags at the trucker rally, as if that matters. It's not like there are a lot of Canadians, by the way, flying the Confederate flag. First of all,
the Confederate flag has nothing to do with Canada. That has to do with the southern United States. And on top of that, it was only one person with a Confederate flag, and he got chased off essentially.
our country.
Exactly.
And second, most Canadians, I would say, don't really know in any deep sense what the Confederate flag stands for. I mean,
Right.
People aren't that informed, and I'm not.
Unless they do their research. Most of them, no offense, don't dig into US, most of the US stuff, but there are some that do. There are some that do.
Condescending. They have
Although
other
this
things
is-
to concern
This is
themselves
what,
about.
it's comments like what you just said that validate some people how much of a role people like George Soros plays to get protesters out there that are actors and they're not real and they're trying to instigate.
Oh,
To say,
George
"Hey,
Soros.
This is how people are feeling," because the biggest mover and shaker emotion is what? Anger.
Mhm.
Anger is the way you get people to say, you know what, these guys are white supremacists, these guys are this. And so this validates how some people have that
It
argument.
also validates how Facebook does their algorithms. They want people arguing in the comment section because anger basically.
Anger, drama, give you views. Anger, drama, give you views. Matter of fact, speaking of views, I want to see how many views that stream that I did on Dylan got. I should take that
So,
down.
Some people are just special. Ellipsis, 3 hours, 26 minutes. Go to channel, Austin's Talk Show and 106 views. Streamed 2 weeks ago. Voice
See,
off.
once again, this is going to be a dud in the water, but that got 106 views.
More comments and more, basically more eyeballs and more sponsors.
Jordan's
And more,
saying, like, how many Canadians even know what the hell the Confederate flag even means?
right.
And there's one, like there's 50,000 people who we don't even know how many people are in Ottawa.
Yeah.
I've seen
Out of 50,000, one shows up with a Confederate flag. Just one person.
wildly different numbers. The idea that there was 100 trucks, that's just completely insane.
Hold on. Give me a sec. That's what you're originally going to do. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Me and mom are working on planning dinner.
Like 10 times that number minimum. And so that's another thing that's so appalling is you can't actually get accurate information. And then, yeah, well, this Trudeau fleas issue, that's
Justin Trudeau.
Hide and go seek
I
champion.
don't like that. It's not like I view that with any sense of satisfaction or delight. Like I'm not a fan of Trudeau because I don't think he's capable of saying an honest word. And I truly mean that. And I've watched his speeches over and over, watching to see what's going on with him. And all I see is acting.
I can agree. I do watch some of Justin Trudeau's stuff, and it's not because I don't have nothing else to do in life. It's because I just keep up with the world. Because, like Mexico, something happens in Mexico with the border, it, of course, is going to spill over into the United States. What happens in the United States ends up in Canada sometimes. What affects one country will affect its neighboring countries next to it.
But
in some cases, not all the time.
why, despite that, why would I be happy that the leader of my country ran away from a protest citing security concerns, which is a very bad move to begin with? It's like, well, I have to leave because you people are so dangerous.
You
It's
think
like,
it shows weakness?
well, no, it's worse than that.
It shows cowardness. It shows that you have a coward as a leader. You don't have a leader. You have what I like to call a pussy. I'm sorry you Canadians have that. We have a fucking stuttering, bumbling old fuck in the White House that literally, as he was speaking last week, he put his hands on his face like he was about to fall asleep, leaning on the podium while talking. Seriously. Where the United States is not better than Canada right now, where both of the countries have their problems now. We have a fucking president that fucking stutters like crazy and likes to try to fall asleep. And then when he knows that he's got a mic on him, still calls a reporter a son of a bitch. When you're a leader of, or a president, in this case in the United States, You don't do that. You just don't. It's called respect. And I get Trump was that way, and I supported Trump for most of the stuff that he did. Some of the stuff I do agree with liberals and Democrats that he wasn't always the best, but he was the man that went in and got shit done. See, when you go in and get shit done, there's a difference at the way that you do it. If you do it all stuttery and all blah, 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 and sleep and trying to pretend like you're sleeping while talking, then we're gonna have a problem. But if you're gonna go in level-headed and actually do it and speak fluently, then and you know what you're doing, then that's when I see a leader. When I see a man that actually will take his job serious.
Instigation. It's an instigation because he said that the reason he had to leave was because of security concerns, which means you people are dangerous and not to be trusted. And I don't think the truckers so far are dangerous and not to be trusted. And I've been watching them handle this. They're playing this. It's been very peaceful for the number of people who are involved in the demonstration. And that's despite the potential effect of instigator types. And that's a real threat. So even with that, it's been peaceful. And they've set up food camps to feed the homeless, and they're shoveling the snow.
At least they're feeding homeless people while protesting. That's a good thing. I really do like that.
In front of the war monument, and now they have a guard around the Terry Fox statue. Terry Fox was a man, one-legged Canadian who ran across the country raising money for cancer, and he's a Canadian hero. And his statue was desecrated in the language of the mainstream press. They put a upside down Canadian flag.
The press and statues, monuments do not mix well, as we've seen since 2020.
And put some clothing on him, which was desecration, which, okay, have it your way. In any case, the truckers set up a guard around the statue, so that's not going to happen again. And they seem to be not taking the bait. And so I hope that continues, and that this proclivity to instigate, which would be extraordinarily convenient for Mr. Trudeau, and which is an easy out for him, I'm praying that doesn't happen.
Is there a reason why you wouldn't show up to something like this? Like to support the truckers or at least lend your voice?
No, the reason I'm not there is because I have other commitments, right? I'm on this tour and people have bought tickets and there's thousands of them.
So this is a podcast where he's talking about that he's got, other stuff, or he would have been there too. It's one of them things.
That's what I'm doing. And, I put out videos in support of them, and which I think in some senses, well, the video I put out last week, which was a message to the conservative premiers, essentially, and the conservative leader who lost his position last week because there was a revolt at the federal level. And so our main opposition party transformed leadership last week in no small part as a consequence of the trucker convoy. I put out this video calling on these conservative premiers to drop the damn mandates. And so I mentioned earlier.
I do agree that they do need to drop the mandates. You Canadians need, y'all, if you have 90% of your population vaccinated, there should never been mandates to begin with. But if 90% of the population is vaccinated, and then we'll be fine. We'll be fine because it's almost herd immunity. And haven't anyone heard of natural immunity? I will say this. No one should be forced against their will to get a vaccine that literally has been discriminatory towards people, discriminatory towards jobs, people, things, the whole 9 yards.
1.5 million views. It's called Seize the Day. And that's as effective or more effective than me being there. So as far as I can tell, and besides, it's the best I can do under the current circumstances, given everything.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
So it's kind of like how Lou Later does their Lou Later clips and then stuff like that. So it was a little podcast. Now, I have another Tom MacDonald song. It's called White Boys. A little bit on their you know, this has turned from one thing to the next. Guess you could say my live stream's white privileged. So I don't care. You can throw the book at me. I really don't care. But without further ado, here we go. And
Better watch your back, it's a white boy summer. Whole iPhone full of white boy gunners. We all come up from the.
hold on. There we go.
Better watch your back, it's a white boy summer. Whole iPhone full of white boy gunners. We all come up from the bottom like the pipes in the gutter. Got the shotgun going boom, 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 boom. Call me white trash, white boy. I kind of like that. If you got a problem.
Songs. Okay, this song has started out interesting. Call me white trash. I like that. That's great.
You come against my wife, I don't really care what I'm allowed to do. Got a homie that'll kill you for a Mountain Dew. Shoot, you don't wanna get a death threat from a redneck. Put a lead dent in your headrest. Yep, what? Yeehaw, cops come, we saw, they ask, we leave. White boys don't type. You ain't gonna see them coming hunting camel. Bro, Second Amendment, and they got tons of ammo. Got a gut full of liquor, lungs full of tobacco. Kind of crackers, double cracking for some gas for tobacco. And a homie running shotgun with a shotgun. When he shotguns 24 beers and he's not drunk. Chugging vodka's not a problem till he wants one. Then he locked up when the cops come. Lot of white folks, psychos, white folks, they go boom. Bunch of psychos, they know my bro on your crew. When you die slow, my bro's right home on you lose. It ain't Halloween, we turned into a white ghost too soon, yeah. God ain't never made no mother crazy as the white boys. We've been known to fight, boys. Sign off our shotguns, rocking camo, causing problems late at night, boys. White boys, mama knows what trouble, circle tight, boys. Soon as it pops out, we got you running for your life, boys. Let me get the jumping like a 6'4", chrome with the big spokes. I'm so official, crazy white boy with the big old pistol. You so pissed, you blow like a whistle. Try and play around, you gon' end up drowning in the deep end, face down where they found him. He gon' get killed, plus everyone around him. Rounds start flying, your heart start pounding. Hold up, take a photo, we gon' last longer. What you looking at now? Rap guy, rap monger. Holy white boy, make the whole black roster. Hip hop top 10, mother monster. I'ma stand here with the sawed-off shotgun. Shoot it at you, now you got that posture. Put him in a wheelchair, legs turn to pasta. You know how it goes.
Ouch. Like this song is like, it's a rap, yes, which is different from New Old Order. And so far, I still dig it. It's not like my favorite thing, but I still dig it.
In the doctor, smoking on tobacco, blowing like a black a mile truck. Get a black guy, drink you like a mile, drink a whole bunch of Jack, probably crash if I drive. I'll be sitting shiny with a 9-passenger side. Always out at night cause I like noise. Playing 50 Cent and I don't even like coins. Got a 45 in my lap now, that's a nice choice. Right around town, car full of white boys. God ain't never made no mother crazy as the white boys. We've been known to fight, boys. Sign off our shotguns, rocking camo, causing problems late at night, boys. White boys, mama knows the trouble, circle tight, boys. Soon as it pops out, we got you running for your life, boys. You can smell the smoke as soon as we ride into town. You can hear us coming cause the speaker's stupid loud.
Okay, I gotta give him credit there with the speaker's stupid loud, because I'll hear. Oh, whoops. Stupid loud.
Town. You can hear us coming cause the speaker's stupid loud.
Stupid loud studio speakers. I could have my whole rig running, but I don't have that all set up because it could get really stupid loud in my studio.
Can't hold us back, yeah, we'll be jumping in the crowd. Middle fingers up and they ain't never coming down. God ain't never made no mother crazy as the white boys. We've been known to fight, boys. Sign off our shotguns, rocking camo, causing problems late at night, boys. White boys, mama knows what trouble, circle tight, boys. Soon as it pops out, we got you running for your life, boys.
I've noticed that Tom MacDonald, especially with this song, he's poking at a lot of the people that do all the racist discrimination and stuff. But not just that. The people, how they say white privilege this and all the stuff about white people and how they got the privilege and stuff like that. I've noticed that he's poking. And it's kind of funny, not gonna lie. And that's his song. New World Order was better. That one's pretty good. That one was released Friday. But now we're going to go from, I guess, political stuff to just chilling for now. Give me a sec.
Speech activate. Austin's Talk Show YouTube broadcast status. Menu pop-up button.
And it's gonna break on me.
Banner. Name.
Huge.
Full on Austin button. Lit on zip on mark. Large picture. Full screen on remove from below. Mute mic button. More unlabeled Austin. Full screen. More unlabeled Austin. Mute. Turn off button. Stop share button. Group. Stop sharing screen button.
All right. So there we go. And then I'm gonna just shut this thing down because I don't need the JBL anymore. So if you want to just chat, now it's the time. It handled hotspot handled perfectly fine with all that. So if you want to just chat, now it's the time. My mom was checking out the Tom McDonald stuff while I was reacting, while I had it playing on the stream here. So she was wondering what was going on. And because that JBL is a 40-watt subsystem, and oh God, it can get loud when it wants to be. But all in all, I just want to react to some stuff just to be around and be like, hey, I'm still here. I'm just doing some stuff and been busy with family. And just doing some stuff and trying to get things done and trying to live 2022 on a good note and
Reacting and
not
chilling on a winter Sunday. Started 40 minutes ago.
and not doing much. So anyways, I think I'm going to wrap this off here and I will see y'all in a future video. Because there's not much else that I be quiet. There's not much I need or can do for now. Because it's give me a sec. But yeah, it was a winter Sunday here where I was, and it's been cold all day and cloudy. It's actually drizzling again. But hope y'all enjoyed my little hodgepodge reaction and chilling. Didn't get much chats, but all in all, let me see if there's any more chats before I straight up end this broadcast.
1957. YouTube voiceover.
I was thinking about doing something on the tech channel because whatever, or doing something on my other channel. I don't know. I'll see what I can do. But as of now, I'm just gonna sit here and chill and end this broadcast here, waiting on to see if there's any more chat. And as of now, no one is watching. So, anyways, hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all later.